CZ527 in 7.62 by 39, a very beautiful, lightweight, accurate, cheap to shoot, fun to shoot rifle. For some reason, this is the most underrepresented firearm out there in my opinion. What other rifle do you know that has, or bolt action, you know, that has iron sights, magazine fed, has a set trigger built into it, as well as a fully adjustable trigger, and is actually chambered to shoot cheap steel case ammunition from the factory? This rifle will actually shoot steel case more accurate than it will brass case, which is kind of nice because 7.62 by 39, there's a lot of guys that have abundance of that ammunition and it's in steel case, and this gun will shoot it out very accurately and very affordably. And that's a big bonus point to this rifle in my opinion. And again, which is, it still boggles my mind that a lot of people don't really know about this rifle or haven't jumped on it, because I tell you what, it's got a decent price on it. I believe I paid somewhere around $620 to $650 for this one, but it is worth every penny when you can sit there and shoot all day long and not break the bank shooting that cheap steel case ammunition accurately and reliably. This rifle is so underrepresented that there's not a lot of companies at all, if in fact any, that are making any kind of aftermarket parts for this rifle. It does come straight from the factory, very, very nicely equipped. It has, again, that set trigger on it, and basically what that set trigger means is that it functions, trigger just functions just like any other firearm, in which it has a nice, fully adjustable fully adjustable trigger squeeze and take up and over travel onto it. But it's also got built in a set trigger, in that if you want it to eliminate a lot of your human error that you usually encounter with pulling the trigger, you push that trigger forward, and as soon as you touch it, it's going off, and you're going to know that where you were aiming is pretty much about where you'll be hitting. So there's no, variation between, human error with pulling that trigger different ways. So this rifle kind of spoils you with that. But again, there's not very many people making any aftermarket parts for it. Comes with a detachable 5-round magazine single stack, which is a very nice little magazine too. Everything on this rifle is actually really nice. This is the only aftermarket part that I found for this rifle, is the sights on it. These are made by New England Custom Gun, which I do have a video out on this. It is a fully adjustable up, down, left and right rear peep sight that replaces the front blade that used to be on here. They also sell front sights as well, if you wanted to look them up. But it kind of gives this rifle a really surplusy look to it, kind of Eastern European surplus look to it, in my opinion. It's just kind of a cool looking rifle now. But let's go ahead and do some more shooting. Tell you what, being able to shoot steel cased ammunition all day long through this rifle is just so much fun. If you can get your hands on one of these, it's going to be so worth it. I get a lot of guys asking me all the time, hey man, what about that CZ527? I tell you what, pick it up. It's just an excellent, excellent rifle, and you will not regret it. Now, you've seen that I shot that entire session here without using the set trigger. I did a video on this rifle a little while back, and a lot of guys thought for some reason that you always have to push that trigger forward and be able to fire it. That's just simply not the case. This rifle, again, it's just a set trigger. You do not have to use that, and you can actually disengage it by just barely pulling it back and holding it from going forward. You just open up the bolt, and if you have it engaged, just pull it back and it gets back to the standard trigger pull. And then again, mine is set pretty light, so it doesn't take much at all, and you can see my finger did not move after that snap of the sear. Again, fully adjustable trigger. This is not at the lightest setting it can get. It's kind of just where I want it for now, but you can see it's an excellent, excellent trigger from the factory. So why would you want a CZ527 in 7.62 by 39? I can tell you this. One good reason would be for a truck gun, and I really hate to recommend this as a truck gun, whereas it would work really well for a truck gun. It just looks too nice to almost be left in a trunk or a truck, or just to get banged around. Maybe keep it in a case or something, but it will play that role really well. Shoots a very good caliber. Very, very lightweight, very compact. I mean, it would play the role of a truck gun really well. A good woods gun. This gun is excellent for just trucking through the woods. Again, very lightweight, doesn't take much at all, very simplistic, bolt action with iron sights. There's no scope to have to worry about shooting close to far. I mean, it's one of those deals with iron sights on a bolt action rifle that it just does not get any more simple than that. And to be able to have detachable magazines. This is where it would be a prepper's delight. This is one of those very simplistic, shoots a very cheap caliber, very affordable, detachable magazine, run out of 5 rounds. You got 5 more on the back. I know, again, there are no companies currently making a magazine for this rifle, but you can only imagine that once this rifle catches on, someone's going to make a magazine for it. Maybe a 7 to extra 10 rounder on here might make this rifle a little more, I guess you could say, ranch rifle, or something to defend the property a little better with than something with just 5 rounds. But the fact that it is a detachable magazines means you run through those 5 rounds and you're right back to it. So, you know, very good little ranch rifle, truck gun, woods gun, all around plinker. This rifle has so much going for it that it can play almost any role in the setup that it is right now. Now, this isn't meant to compare these two rifles too much, but just to throw them out there, this is actually the only competition that this rifle actually has on the market currently, is the new Ruger American Ranch in 7.62x39. Now, this is the 5.56 model, but they're just about the same. So just a quick comparison. Someone once asked me which one would I recommend. Personally, and again, this is personal preference, I would still go with the CZ527. Reason being, it's just a much nicer, lighter rifle. The only thing that the Ruger American Ranch would have over the CZ527 is the threaded barrel and extended magazines. I think the trigger is much better on the CZ. I just think the CZ is a much nicer overall gun. And that's just my personal preference, but just a little quick comparison. Alright, so here I am going on and on bragging about this rifle and how great it is. So what are the downfalls? One of the downfalls, in my opinion, is how expensive the magazines are. These magazines are almost $40 a piece. Now, before I even bought this rifle, I went ahead and saved up and bought 2 magazines because I knew I was going to want this rifle. Totally worth it when you have them, though. Again, with that little strike hard gear, Mosin Nagant shell holder on the back, you got 2 extra magazines, 10 extra rounds on the back, and 15 total capacity, so which is kind of nice. So that's one of the downfalls with this rifle, is just how expensive the magazines are. Another downfall is, again, there are no companies making that many aftermarket accessories other than sights and rings that you can get for this rifle. The other downfall, again, that I mentioned before was the stock cracking. I don't know if it was a batch or whatever it is, but that was just one downfall to this rifle, which was quickly remedied by CZ. So I really honestly can't think of any other downfalls to this rifle. I mean, the rings are kind of expensive, if you want to call that a downfall, but I mean, you know, even just saying that the magazine is expensive really shouldn't be a downfall. I mean, it's a quality magazine, but I can't really honestly think of any downfalls to this rifle. All right, so final thoughts on the CZ527 in 7.62x39. If you've been thinking about picking up this rifle for as long as I did, which was about a year before I actually finally built up the funds and went for it, you will not regret it. If this is something that you've been really considering, you're gonna like it. I can guarantee you that. It is just an excellent, excellent little rifle. It weighs about as much as a 10-22. I can't stress how much I like how lightweight this rifle is and how much I like the caliber that it shoots. Again, they come in 300 black and 223 as well. So if 7.62x39 is not your cup of tea, well, then you have 223 or 300 black. So again, final thoughts, pick it up. Excellent rifle, plays an excellent role for pretty much whatever you want to put it through. Appreciate you guys watching. We will catch you on the next video. I want to encourage you to check out the links below for our sponsors, for companies like Ace2 Tactical Paracord Slings. We got discounts on that stuff down there. If you purchase something from them, we get a little kickback. This video is sponsored by Gunadapters.com, one of our sponsors out there. Encourage you to check them out. If you're a single shot shotgun guy and you like some versatility, check them out. Some really nice stuff down there, as well as HD targets and companies like Optics Planet that are helping to keep our little channel going. Guys, we appreciate you watching and we appreciate your support, and we will catch you guys on the next video.